Going there. Good morning, TV. Good morning, colleagues, and good morning, dear listener. Anywhere around the world except Nigeria, the day you remember the unknown soldier is supposed to have a sober reflection. Unfortunately, our president, the number one citizen, was not in the country to honor the unknown soldier. And the soldiers that have fought wars, fought civil war, and are still fighting insurgency in Nigeria, at least respect that the number one citizen was here should have been enough. In the US, they have what they call Veterans Day, 11th November. I tell you, on that day, you will see list of fallen heroes. They will be scrolling list of fallen heroes. If that is what Nigeria can even do, I talked about data the other time, and we were asking the number of soldiers that have died in Nigeria since we gained independence during the war, that died in the course of war, not those that died after retirement. And do you have their names scrolling somewhere? Do you have the data is available? Have it there. That is what they call remembrance. Is it just to lay the wreath? No, I don't think so. Michael Lee Kyung, who was a member of the Legion of Mary, introduced the Legion into Nigeria and brought it in and said, okay, fine, we can use this as an umbrella for retired civil servicemen. What do we have today? I am ashamed to even say that the Nigerian Legion has been taken over by retired officers, and they don't care. They care less about the men.
Some of them don't even have to know. They are there permanent chairman. Yes. Permanent president is
for the lay people that don't understand. When I say the men, those from RSM or WO2 downwards, they care less about them. Those officers have taken charge of the Nigerian Legion, and the Nigerian Legion has invested so much. TV, I must tell you, if you drive around Nigeria, you see trucks where the Nigerian Legion is written. You see buildings owned by Nigerian Legion. What do they do with this money? They've used this money. They have aggrandized themselves. They enrich themselves. I stand to be corrected. The Nigerian Legion office in Area 2, or I think Area 3 in Abuja, is a big building. They should explain. One of their roles is to take care of ex-servicemen and their families, and including widows. There is a Veterans Foundation in the US, for example, TV. They even came to Nigeria. I think our colleague Kingsley introduced me to one of them. They wanted to see how they can start a Veterans Foundation in Nigeria to help families of fallen heroes. In a friend of mine whose father died, he went to collect the pension as next of kin. I tell you, the father died 5 years. He was still struggling to collect the entitlement of his father, a retired civil military man.
And once that is paid, I think that's all.
Now,
nobody
in the civil setting, if a civil servant dies in most private organization, they employ one of the child in that office as replacement and say, okay, fine, your father or your mother has done so much, let's give a job to you and give scholarship to certain children. We don't have the scholarship board for widows of fallen heroes. I know that civil servants will complain that why are we so concerned about soldiers and fallen heroes? It is their day. You remember during Buhari, he paid the retired and fallen policemen during Biafra War. He gathered them and paid them their entitlement for 34 years. I think 34, 40 years. He gathered and paid them because he cared about their welfare and their families' welfare. So we need more NGOs. If government alone cannot help the fallen heroes and their families, we need more NGOs to come up. We need more faith-based organizations to be established, to establish bodies that will focus in these areas.
I mentioned the Lagos State government was calling on wealthy Nigerians, and that is